verdammte Schisserei!
Mein Führer, darf ich Ihnen zum Geburtstag gratulieren?
Ohne Befehl entfernt hat, ist das Fahnenflucht!
Mein Führer, wir haben noch keine Meldung. Ich spreche gerade mit Koller.
Koller, geben Sie mir Koller. Koller.
Like, what do you want to know?
Sie wissen, dass Berlin unter Artilleriefeuer liegt.
Well, let's start with this.
Hören Sie den Beschuss nicht?
Prices have gone up. And families and individuals are dealing with the realities that bread costs more, that gas costs more. And we have to understand what that means. That's about the cost of living going up. That's about having to stress and stretch limited resources. That's about a source of stress for families that is not only economic, but is on a daily level, something that is a heavy weight to carry. So it is something that we take very seriously. Very seriously.
Die Russen sollen eine Eisenbahnbrücke über die Oder haben.
We must together work together to see where we are headed, where we are going, and our vision for where we should be, but also see it as a moment, yes, to together address the challenges.
Kommende Generation dankbar sein. Ich übernehme für alles die volle Verantwortung.
We have the ability to see what can be, unburdened by what has been, and then to make the possible actually happen.
Das sind ja nur 12 Kilometer bis zum Stadtkern. Ist der Russe schon so nah?
Well, I think culture is a reflection of our moment and our time. Right. And present culture is the way we express how we're feeling about the moment. And we should always find times to express how we feel about the moment that is a reflection of joy, because it comes in the morning. We have to find ways to also express the way we feel about the moment in terms of just having language and a connection to how people are experiencing life. And I think about it in that way too.
Haben Sie noch Zweifel an einem Befehl? Ich glaube!
We all watched the television coverage of just yesterday. That's on top of everything else that we know and don't know yet, based on what we've just been able to see. And because we've seen it or not doesn't mean it hasn't happened.
Ich habe mich klar genug ausgedrückt! Ich bin das letzte Bollwerk gegen diese Gefahr.
So you're now no longer are you necessarily keeping those private files in some file cabinet that's locked in the basement of the house. It's on your laptop, and it's then therefore up here in this cloud that exists above us, right?
Von allem Anfang an bin ich so verraten und betrogen worden. Es wurde ein ungeheurer Verrat geübt am deutschen Volke.
The United States has to be consistent. There were times when we were more engaged and we saw good results. Less engaged, and we can see where the work and the partnerships then deteriorate. So I am committed to ensuring that we engage in an active way on the root causes, on addressing the cause and effect, and also being partners in the Western Hemisphere, understanding that we have a responsibility, and if we ignore that responsibility, it will visit itself upon us in a very domestic way.
Nur zu lernen, wie man Messer und Gabel hält. Aber alle diese Verräter werden bezahlen.
A movement that has always been about the ability to see what can be unburdened by what has been.
Ein wildfremder, unberechenbarer Künstler. All die anderen, ja.
We are demonstrating that when we have leadership in the highest offices in the land, including in the White House, who believe in
what we can do, and then when we push to make it so, it allows other people who perhaps before couldn't imagine it
to now see how it works, and we are building then the movement in such a substantial way in terms of those who are coming into the rooms to be a part of what we know is in the best interest of obviously our country, but our world.
Man müsste die ganze Luftwaffenführung sofort aufhängen.
You think you just fell out of a coconut tree? You exist in the context of all in which you live and what came before you.
Das ist unerhört. Unerhört. Der Russe steckt 12 Kilometer vom Stadtkern. Und ich erfahre das sozusagen auf Nachfrage.
Mein Führer, vielleicht handelt es sich ja wirklich um Fernfeuer. Sie erwähnten eine Eisenbahnbrücke über die Oder.
Ach, Unsinn!